Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Killer Collab Podcast on Real People, Real Content. Right now, today, as of last week, we were joined by Chris Lato from Reaper Films. And also, bringing back one of the originals, Nick, not Nikki Bella.
I'm still a suit and tie movie guy.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You're wearing a hoodie.
Hey, listen, I am gonna put the suit back on when I'm not so fluffy from COVID.
Fluffy, he's so fluffy. No, but really though, this is season 2, year 2. You don't need to be suit and tie movie guy.
I like wearing suits and ties though, but I don't wear a suit and tie to work anymore because the pandemic screwed me with my job. So now I got to figure out somewhere else to wear it. It's got to be here.
Or to the gym, you'll be fine. Probably pick up a lady too.
Yeah, or nothing.
I mean, to each their own, man.
Can I say she-male on here?
You just did.
Yeah, but am I allowed to?
Sure.
We're equal, so that's what I would pick up with the suit at the gym.
Are you judging she-males because for any reason?
No.
Are you objected to she-males?
No. See, I got so bored with over the years I've been.
You got bored with that one time?
So many women that I decided that I needed to make something, go a different direction, and I'm not ready for men yet, so I had to make that transition smooth.
That's a good transition.
Boom.
Well, why don't you go to Thailand? Thai boy?
Yeah. No. I think I'd rather, get one from like South America, because they're used to seeing anacondas down there. Oh.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Did I say anaconda? I meant ringneck snake.
Yeah. Anyway, Chris, how do you feel about that?
I feel great.
About his anaconda, or are you just saying in general?
I like anacondas.
Oh, see, I can't do snakes.
With him.
He has what kind of snakes do you have?
So I cover your ears. He legitimately hates snakes. So I have
so bad. So that's why there's no snakes on my channel, but on his channel he has all snakes.
I have 6 boas. I have a common Colombian boa, the ones that are sold as red tails but are not red tails. I have a common Colombian. I have 2 Suriname red tail boas, a Guyana red tail boa, which is pretty much the same snake. It's just different areas. So like, if it was in the United States, it would be like a Georgia and Florida boa constrictor. So right. The Guyana's in Georgia, so basically like that. And then, so I've got 2 Suriname, a Guyana, an emerald tree boa, the real bright, vibrant green.
Really big.
What's that?
Are they all like really big?
No, so the emerald's pretty much fully grown. He's 5'4".
That's pretty big.
Yeah. No. Wait. The 2 younger Surinames, the Suriname and the Guyana, they're 2.5 years old. They're 40. We're doing
Closer to Mike.
Sorry, they're 48. 52 and 58 inches. And then the common boa, she's gonna be a small girl. She's about 50 or 46 inches. But the creme de la creme, my dream snake from my entire childhood is my green anaconda. She is currently 3 years old. She's about 8'4".
Holy shit!
So she's got an 11 by 6 by 6 enclosure. I'm planning a 16 by 13 by 8 enclosure with about 60% being a pond. The cage now has a 400-gallon pond, and she'll probably be about 15 or 16 feet and probably about 100.
Do you ever just take her out and just let her roam around your house?
So I take her out.
This is the reason why I don't visit his house anymore. Like I used to, but I don't go to his house ever again.
I take her out. So she's anacondas can be a little dicky sometimes. Mm-hmm. She's actually really docile, but when she gets in her moods, you don't want to. She gets in her mood. She will not stop trying to bite you till you put her back. So, if I'm holding her, she doesn't ever try to bite me. It's always if I set her down and let her and then go to pick her up. That's what she doesn't like. So I typically just hold her and then put her back. But if Tony, I'm sure Tony's gonna put the link to my channel. So if you guys want to check out any of the snakes, I do feedings. They're not live. They're frozen thawed. And then I've got some really, really amazing enclosures, like just really beautiful. They're done by Habitat and Design Pet Supplies. So if you guys want to see that, there's a lot of educational stuff on there too.
The enclosures are beautiful though. Like I was watching the videos of him building it. No snakes in it. 'Cause I can't look at a snake. I just can't. Don't show me a snake. But like even pictures or I can't do it. Anyway,
Snakes
but
are cool, man.
no,
They're good for you too. Like they keep all the rats around your house. And,
Well,
Yeah.
and the biggest,
we got a big black racer that hangs around our
Oh,
house.
come on, guys.
they just did a bunch of, like, they just passed this new thing where, like, pretty much this is out, like, you can't have iguanas. Well, iguanas, tegus, there's a whole bunch of stuff that they just passed, but I'm grandfathered in because I've had the anaconda, so I have a what's called a conditional species permit. She's microchipped. They came out, they inspected her enclosures, it's all signed off. So I did everything by the books with her. So because I'm not breeding or anything, I'm locked in legally. But I had to jump through quite a few hoops. But I mean, most people just don't care for them. You know, like the 11-foot enclosure that I have, I wouldn't consider that big enough for her for if she's 16 feet. And most people wouldn't even provide that. Most people with the big pythons and boas and anacondas, if they're 16 to 18 feet, they'll put them in 6-foot, 8-foot enclosures. It's terrible. And
see, as much as I don't like snakes, but the cruelty to animals, that is something that I don't deal with. Like I'll support like the health of whatever those are. I won't even say the word animal. But the health of animals. Oh, don't show me that picture.
that's the emerald.
Dang, that's
Oh,
beautiful.
stop it.
Where's the camera at?
It's right there. It's over there somewhere.
I'm trying to see if you can. That's
Yeah,
the emerald
You
tree
can see
boa.
it. Yeah, you can see it.
So, but yeah, if you guys want to check out my channel, there's a lot of stuff on the snakes. But as far as the anaconda goes, you know, most people don't realize how slow their metabolism is. I mean, I was speaking to a gentleman who is a herpetologist at the Denver Zoo, and he said to me that 90% of the reptiles, especially the big constrictors that he sees in captivity, are overfed and obese.
Wow.
And that number seemed really high to me. But then when I was setting up my anacondas cage, I went to a few of the zoos. I wanted to speak with some of the herpetologists and see how they handle the pond and keeping everything clean. And when I was telling them about the vet that I had, he's an exotic vet, but they're saying like that guy doesn't know what he's talking about at all. So he basically said, "I'm gonna get you set up with the vet that we use for the zoo." And honestly, I struck gold with this guy because he spent 15 years studying anacondas, boas, and pythons in the wild. He's got over 150 snakes, and he does continuing education for herpetologists and for veterinarians. And he's the boa guy. So
Right.
there's no one I've met that knows more about them. So he helped me set up a great feeding program. Like, you know, people are feeding their anacondas are heavy-bodied snakes. So people think that because they're heavy-bodied, they can just be as big as they want, as fast as they want it.
Right.
That's not the case. You know, she was 8 feet and getting only a large rat every 4 weeks. And then for 3 months during the winter, I take them off food completely because the seasons they have in the wild, wet season, dry season. During the wet season, food's everywhere, so they eat a lot. During the dry season, they conserve energy, they burn through their fat deposits, and it stimulates growth. So I feed probably half as much as most people, and my snakes grow usually faster. So,
Right.
but it's definitely been a dream come true, and you know, hopefully in the next couple years, I will be able to buy a bigger house, and I have a really amazing plan for her 16-foot cage. I mean, it's
Why don't you
gonna
just
be
build one
amazing.
out in the backyard, like a big enclosure? like
Because as part of the
a greenhouse. Type.
as part of the permit that I have, you have to have her inside a secondary structure. Like it can't be out just in the yard.
Well, I mean, like you do like an enclosure inside like a shed, like you build
Well-
a shed
well,
or a
so
garage or something.
My plan, what I want to do is I want to get a house that has a screened-in porch.
Yeah.
And over the
Would that classify though?
yes,
You'd have to
yes.
enclose it.
Yeah. So over, you know how the roof of the house goes over the lanai before you get to the actual screen itself.
Yeah.
So I was house sitting last week for my buddy, and his house was absolutely perfect because what I want to do is the sliding glass door in either the bedrooms or the living room that leads out to the deck area. I want to remove the sliding glass door and put a huge thick piece of glass there and waterproof it. So I want the pond to be right up against where the sliding glass door was, so you can be in the house looking into the pond from inside the house.
Mhm.
And this area out there, the cage, like I said, I wanted it to be 16 by 13 by 8. So I went out. I'm like, I wonder how big this space is out there. So I measured it, and it was 16 by 13 by 8. So it's exactly what I wanted. So when the time comes, I'm going to budget about $10,000 for that, which it's a lot, but I mean, for me, that's like my dream is to have that. So
No, I mean, I support your dream. I mean, it's just
no,
everyone has different values too, though.
oh no, and I get it. Like I understand. Like there's things, phobias that people have, and unfortunately,
Well, but what happens if it ever breaks out?
so I mean,
Like city-wise, like I know when stray dogs get out and they bite somebody, that dog gets put down.
that's one of the reasons why it's microchip, because if it gets out, then I'm in trouble. So,
Okay.
But she has a lock on her cage, and then in addition to that, she's also in a room that the doors are closed at night. I mean, if she were to get out in that room, she'd probably hide behind the cage. Like, there's nowhere for her to go. She would have to get out of the cage, out of the room, go all the way to the other side of the house, get into my room, and then get to the dog. It's like, so it's not. One of the snakes got out one night because I forgot to put the lid back down all the way. It was a small one, and she got up under the lamp and knocked the lamp over. And I was like, "Oh gosh, where's she at?" And I looked under the thing, and she was just right there. But no, I mean it sucks with COVID, losing my job. Really,
I mean, it hit everybody.
Yeah,
everybody. I'm still paying for it. I'm still getting beat up, but you got to keep moving. Keep moving forward. You know what I mean?
The cages and the snakes and supplies, everything together in 1 year was $14,000.
That's not bad. That's not bad. I paid more than that in just regular stuff.
I mean, it's a lot of money, but like the anaconda I bought for $1,000, and when she's breeding age in a couple of years, she'll be worth like $3 or $4 grand.
Yeah.
The two younger red tails were $450 each. They'll probably both be worth over $1,000 when they're breeding age because they're females. The emerald is captive bred, so I got him for $400. He's probably worth about $8 or $9. The anaconda cage by Habitat and Design Pet Supplies was $3,000, and he brought it to me. So that cage should have been $6,000 without shipping. But he wanted to get his name out there, and he knew that I had 4,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I've gotten him a lot of business. So he hooked me up big time. But
nice.
It's a lot of money, but I would have had it all paid off this month if not for COVID. So hopefully things will bounce back, and we'll see. So
yeah. Yeah, let's move on to a different subject. Cause
sorry,
snakes.
I know you don't like.
I was cringing like the whole time. Like,
I know. But guys, anyone listening, if you guys like snakes, this is the last thing I'm gonna say. If you guys like snakes, check out my YouTube, Thicker Constrictor. Hey, listen, I promote you on there too. All right.
I mean, not like I would notice. I don't watch your videos.
So, but yeah.
Anyway,
so go ahead.
Just letting you guys know, we've got a big weekend coming up. Tampa Bay Screens is coming up this weekend. Chris, tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, my buddy Sean Donahue puts on the convention every year. It's running Friday from 5 to 10 and Saturday from 11 to 7. He's got some pretty cool guests coming out. If you're a horror fan, it's definitely a not to be missed. He's got Lisa Wilcox from Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and 5 will be there. Let me pull up the thing. I should have.
So what exactly is Tampa Bay Screams?
It's a horror convention.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a con.
You just go there. They got vendors. There's special guests. Signing autographs, stuff like that.
Filmmakers.
Okay. Yeah, I went to one in 2008. It was a lot of fun.
Well, not Tampa Bay Screams, but this.
No. I'm saying I went to a comic thing. I met a Stacy Keenan from Step by Step.
Oh, okay.
Dana.
Yeah.
She charged everybody $10 for a photo, except for me, because she liked me.
So she charged you 30. Got it.
Yeah. But Adam West was there. Did not get to meet. I didn't get to meet Adam West, unfortunately. But I met the White Ranger, and I asked him the question that we all want to know: did you hook up with the Pink Ranger?
Of course he did.
Of course he did. He wouldn't say yes.
I think they all did.
All at the same time?
That'd be interesting.
Oh God, Susie Q. I had a huge crush on her when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I
mean,
but
she's actually doing some stuff. I've seen that she's done recent things. I don't think it was on big movies or anything like that, but She did a couple things.
Lifetime,
maybe.
I mean, now I'm more of a Kaylee Cuoco kind of guy. Kaylee, call me, but
She's not gonna call you.
she might.
No, she won't.
Did you watch that show she's in, the new one?
Yeah,
the
I
flight
wanted
attendant.
yep,
What is it?
flight attendant.
No.
It was very good.
Yeah,
Very, very good. I wanted to talk about that today. Actually,
Let me guess. Does it happen on an airplane?
No,
no,
it's actually
really.
no, it's about card sharks. Great white card sharks from space. It's like Jason X, but with Kaylee Cuoco. No, she's a flight attendant, and she wakes up next to a guy and that she met on the plane, a rich guy, and he's dead. And
She did it.
yeah. Spoilers, she did it. No, but I mean, it wrapped up. Did you see the whole thing?
Yeah.
It wrapped up pretty nicely. I guess they're gonna have a season 2, so I don't know where they're gonna
She's
go
gonna
with
kill
it,
someone else?
but-
Yeah, that's a cool show.
I guess, but no, it was I think she was a little worried. You know, when you have Big Bang Theory money coming in, and then all
She's
of a sudden,
syndicated.
A lot
She's-
of those people that are on those iconic shows don't really
Never
get
do.
work after that.
Yeah.
I mean, look at
Oh,
Seinfeld.
Well,
I
look at
mean,
the syndication. Like they don't need it. Like just like Friends, they're still getting
20,
syndication money.
yeah, 20,
Yeah,
25
well, of course
million
it's
a year.
syndicated, but you know, people want to act and stuff.
Oh,
And,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you think Kramer? He didn't do much after Seinfeld.
Well,
yeah,
he
he
had a
kinda-
big thing. He
yeah,
had a
He
little,
dropped the N-bomb.
a lot on stage.
He didn't do much.
Yeah.
Actually, I think the only one that really did stuff was Julie Louis-Dreyfus. She was in
Mhm.
like 3 shows, and
I think Seinfeld's been producing stuff. I thought it was, he was
Well,
on.
I'm talking about like acting.
Oh,
after.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
But,
the Friends cast. I mean, Courtney Cox. Where the hell did she go?
She did Cougar Town, but that was about it.
She's about to do Scream 5.
Much.
Scream
Yeah,
5.
Scream 5. I'm excited.
And
They
what
did
happened
that.
to what's her name? Lisa Kudrow.
Well,
I
she's
don't
she's
know.
been
Do
in a few
anything.
things. She was in Easy A. She was in there's something else that she was she in Neighbors?
Yes, she was the principal.
Yep.
Principal.
So yeah, she's done a few things. And then Ross
Or-
David Schwimmer was Kardashian in the
Oh yeah, and the OJ.
OJ
the
where
OJ
Cuba Gooding Jr. I believe.
Yeah,
And LeBlanc had that. Didn't he have a show? And then
He had a show with kids.
that was an
Have you-
amazing series. That OJ Simpson series.
Oh,
I heard it was really good.
Oh
I
my
haven't
God.
seen it.
I lived
So
through it. I didn't want to watch it.
So good.
I just remember being a kid.
Oh, wait, Bronco. Have you guys seen the Bronco?
Yes.
The new Bronco? Oh my God, I want one so bad.
Throw some blood inside, you're good. Right?
I want a white one. I really
if it
want a
doesn't
white
fit,
one.
you must have quit.
Yeah. But no, that
Ladies-
Bronco is sexy.
Ladies and gentlemen of the supposed jury, this is Chewbacca. But yeah, no. So I read something from Kaylee Cuoco where she was because her and Johnny Galecki, is that his name?
Yeah.
So where they wanted to do 2 more seasons. They were ready to sign on,
Right.
but Parsons, he was done with it. He's
doing a lot of stuff then.
yeah, and I think he was just done playing Sheldon, and they were really like taken aback because they were ready for 2 more seasons, and
Well, that series is going to define their entire career.
Oh yeah.
yeah, that was an amazing show. The last
Yeah, it
couple
was a great
seasons
show.
were
It started on the
It was-
decline. I think they cut it off
At the right time.
Yeah.
at the right time. Like I hate seeing shows that just are like not good anymore.
Yeah.
And they just keep making them, and it's like,
I
all
feel-
right, we get the point. Like,
I
just
feel-
stop.
But you keep watching.
I feel
Yeah.
like
That's why they
You
keep
keep
going.
watching because you're hoping it's like the first 3 seasons,
I
and it's not.
feel like when kids are introduced, that's when shows start going
Yeah.
downhill.
Oh yeah. Well, look
It's
at
called-
Married with Children. Look at what was it? What was another show?
How I Met Your Mother.
It's called Jumping the Shark.
Yes.
The Brady
Yes.
Bunch when
Bonds.
they introduced
Oh, yeah.
Oliver. You know.
But no, so I mean, like I know in Friends, Ross had the kid right away, but he wasn't ever really a big. Besides the first season and a couple here and there, but when Emma was born on Friends, I thought that kind of started bringing down
Yeah.
How I Met Your Mother when they had a kid.
Well, you rather have
down.
that stigma of bringing the kid in, or the passing it off to the next generation. Like either way.
Scrubs.
Oh my God, that
I
was
was just
terrible.
watching that last night.
I can't even watch that
Yeah,
last
the
season.
other thing that puts shows on the decline is when there's like 2 characters that there's a lot of sexual tension, and then they end up getting together.
And then
That's-
It's over.
Oh yeah.
It's over.
Moonlighting,
Yeah.
Moonlighting when Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd got together, that was
Mhm.
pretty much when those shows started declining.
Oh,
Anyway, back to
Tampa Bay
Tampa Bay
Screens.
Screens.
Yes.
Again, it's this weekend, the 19th and 20th of March. It's at the 1200 Northwest Shore Boulevard. It's at a hotel. And some of the guests, again, Lisa Wilcox from Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and 5. John Dugan, he played the old man in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I guess it was Grandpa, I guess. John Dugan, that's his name. Marilyn Eastman from Night of the Living Dead. Camille Keaton, I Spit on Your Grave. She was the lead in the original I Spit on
Wow.
Your Grave. Lynn Lowry from The Crazies. And me, I'll be there.
Who's that?
Chris Lato will be there.
Never heard of him. Send me a tape.
Micro-budget filmmaker extraordinaire.
You got a lot of titles. How many titles do you have?
I have a lot of titles. But
Who did you say from Night of the Living Dead?
John Dugan?
I'm looking that up. The original 1968 one?
No, 74.
Was it 74?
Yep.
I wasn't alive. I don't know. I think I have that movie.
Well, it says 68 here.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Oh, no.
You're talking about
Night of the Living Dead.
Oh, no. I thought you said Texas Chainsaw.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, she's from the original Night of the Living Dead.
Which one
Wow.
was she? Is she a little girl?
Her name is,
I'm looking up the...
let me see. I forgot her damn name now.
Marilyn East?
Marilyn Eastman.
Helen Cooper. So she must have been...
I have no idea. I haven't seen those movies in forever.
So, funny story about that movie. So,
Hope it's funny.
Which movie?
Night of the Living Dead.
All right.
Or Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Night of the Living Dead was not only my first introduction to zombie movies, but it was one of the most nightmare-bringing movies.
Really?
I know. Because I was about 4 or 5 years old. I was at my dad's house sitting on the couch, and I just remember it was on the TV, and I said, "Dad, look, werewolves." And he goes, "Oh, no, son, those are zombies." I'm like, "Oh, zombies."
Wait, you were 5 years old in 1968?
Yes,
You
I
look
was.
great for your
Thank you. Botox. I did the Christy Brinkley. So, she looks great. By the way. So, I had a nightmare where my great grandma, my Gigi Ma, we were at the mall, and she always used to sit with her little, her little skirt, and she'd have her handbag in her lap like this, and she was a zombie, but the only way you could tell she was a zombie, because it looked just like her, was that her skin was gray. That was it. So I woke up from this nightmare, and we were at a campground by Disney, and my Mimi, who just passed away a couple months ago, she I had a nightmare, so she came and laid down next to me in the camper, and she fell asleep, and I just remember staring at her arm and going, "Does her arm look gray to you?" Looked in my own head, and that was the most nightmares I've ever had from any show.
Wow.
And then I watched it again when I was about 11, and I was like, this isn't scary at all. And now when that big hurricane came in 2017, Irma, was it?
I don't remember.
I don't know, but we went over to Orlando, where it was just away from the water. And
Oh, yeah, I remember which one. No, that was only...
2017.
Was it 2017?
Yeah, I know this because this is when I started dating this girl, Rachel. So that's on my timeline.
You remember names, too?
Well,
I don't remember names.
I know names of the girls I've dated, not the girl. Never mind. So, that was actually I downloaded a bunch of movies and had everything charged. So when the power went out, I could watch it. And Night of the Living Dead was one of them. We're coming to get you, Barbara.
What's funny about Night of the Living Dead is no one really owns the rights to it.
Really?
And because when George Romero made it, he never copyrighted the movie. So literally, I could go produce that movie and sell it wherever I want.
Distribute, yeah.
Yeah, and not get in trouble.
So, I have a question.
That's interesting.
What do you guys? What's your favorite
Scary movie.
zombie movie? Well, yeah. What's your favorite scary movie? What's your favorite zombie movie?
I'm not a big zombie guy. I think they're overdone and not done well.
Many times not done well.
The original Dawn of the Dead, I saw that at the theater when I was a kid, and it was a cool movie. And it kind of introduced me to the zombies. And I liked zombies for a while, and then everything coming out was zombies, and it just got overdone.
Oh, yeah.
I think that the original Dawn of the Dead is a fantastic film. I think
I actually like the remake, too. The remake was
I
really
was just
good.
going to say, I just showed my friend the remake for the first time the other day from 2004, and that, in my opinion, is probably my favorite. Shaun of the Dead also. I love those guys. Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, great movies. But the 2004 Dawn of the Dead, the original Dawn of the Dead, and Shaun of the Dead are probably my favorites.
So are you fast zombie or slow zombie?
I prefer the slower zombies, but I did like Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
But I mean, in a realistic situation, if they're fast zombies, we're uktfei.
Yeah, we're
Like,
big
we are
yeah.
screwed.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I love the people that say,
But as
like,
long as they don't have superhuman strength, as long as they
Yeah,
don't have
right.
the strength to break through doors.
I love how everyone's like, oh, I'd survive a zombie apocalypse, but then the hurricane comes and the power's out for 2 hours, and everyone's like, help me. It's like, no, you'd be like,
I'll give you a little zombie gem. There's a movie called The Battery, and it's a low budget indie movie.
Oh, I love this.
Really good. It's about a guy. They call it The Battery because it was a pitcher and catcher,
Mhm.
and they were buddies. And it's really a buddy movie, and during a zombie apocalypse, and it's really good. There's a scene where they're trapped in a station wagon, and zombies are just surrounding them. It's pretty intense. But yeah, that's a great one.
Why don't you save that for next month for our 10 movies you've never seen before?
Okay.
So,
I mean, I don't like zombie movies. so,
my
yeah.
28 Days Later. That's a good one.
One of my best friends, Derek, when I lived with him, he was getting ready for a bodybuilding show, so he was like really strict with his diet, and I had gotten like hurt pretty good wrestling. I caught a knee with a brace across the jaw, and I fractured my jaw.
Oh, fun fact: Nick is a wrestler. He teaches wrestling.
Professional wrestling. Yeah, my neck is screwed.
Not the ones in tights, right?
Oh yeah, Speedos all the way, Big Daddy. But so our thing was we would watch a different zombie movie, but we wanted to find the B ones. Now there's a difference between bad and great bad. And
of course.
Wait, real quick, Reanimator. Would you classify those as zombies?
Nah.
I don't know.
kind of, that's what.
Well, because when you said B movie, like that was the first movie that came to mind.
So a couple of the good ones. There was one called, oh God, what was it? Oh no, I'll come back to that because it was really good, and I can't remember what it was. But there was it was these two guys, and they woke up as zombies, and they're able to talk for some reason. But they're trying to get to his girlfriend, and there's this guy who's a zombie hunter, and he's just got these one lines. Can you edit?
Is that Warm Bodies?
No, that's the one with I know which one you're talking about. I'm trying to think of this one's a comedy. Deadheads.
Oh, okay.
Deadheads, and
no editing here. No editing.
But the guy's he's macho alpha male, and he's got all these one-liners, and he's just a big DI whatever. But he gets in, he goes, "Fee fi folks, now get in the back of the fucking truck." And the movie was hysterical. It's so funny. They have this zombie friend and he's really like slow, stupid, and it's just wonderful. And then I think one of my personal favorites, I don't know if you've seen Dead Snow.
Oh yeah, I love Dead Snow.
Dead Snow it's a Norwegian film, and the first one is not in English; it's subtitles, and it's this this group of friends, and they're up in the mountains, and it's Nazi zombies.
I think I heard about that.
Yeah.
I think I did hear about that.
The first one's good.
It's great. The second one was not that great.
Oh no! See, we're gonna disagree here. The second one,
Red vs. Dead.
The second one
was a Russian army, right?
Love the second one because the second one's in English, and the guy at the end of the first movie, he gets his arm chopped off, and at the very end, the zombie's there or whatever. And at the beginning of the next one, we pick up right there, and the zombie's on the edge of the car grabbing him. So he takes off down the road driving, and a semi hits the zombie, and the zombie arm falls off in the thing, and he wakes in the truck, and he wakes up in the hospital, and they reattach the zombie arm to him,
to his arm,
so he can't control it. So there's this little kid who's like, he's like, "I'll give you chocolate if you let me out." So the kid's like bugging him, and the arm's just going wild, and he goes and throws the kid out the window, and he's like, "Oh!" So he looks out, and he looks down, and he's like, "Oh God!" So he jumps down to go give him CPR, and he goes. And she pumps right through his chest, and blood squirts everywhere. And he's like trying to put the pieces of the kid's chest back together. It's so ridiculously gory that, like one person they ripped open and grabbed intestines.
Nice.
And one walked this way and the other walked this way. And they opened up their tank and they opened up the bus and they siphoned gas from the bus into the tank
with the intestine.
And there's just so many ridiculous gory kills. It's amazing. But But yeah,
Hey, we're not opposed to gore.
no, that was that one. That's I mean they're not zombies in the sense like they don't eat people, but not I mean Nazi zombie. It's hilarious. It's a great.
It's a
movie.
weird concept.
I love zombies, but
I can't do zombies. I mean, it's just I just don't see how a story gets built through like zombie movies.
I'm not a big fan. I mean, the thing with zombie movies is they're pretty much all the same.
Yeah. Well,
you get a virus, turns you into a zombie, you eat people, and people shoot you in the head and kill you. Like that's every zombie movie, every
and there's no.
That's why I like.
there.
That's why I enjoyed The Battery because it was a little different.
mm-hmm.
You know, it was more again a buddy movie than just the normal run of the mill zombie thing. Train to Busan was pretty good.
Yep, that's how that
was a good one.
That was a good one. Zombievers.
Oh yeah, I like zombies.
There's some of these movies you gotta maybe.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah. But I know you mentioned this earlier, but Scream 5 is coming out, and I'm really excited. I'm a huge Scream fan.
I love Scream too.
So
you think Hayden's coming back? Like Wes Craven originally wanted to do?
I really hope so because I think so Scream 4 I think was a lot better than 3.
Yeah.
Okay, without a doubt.
I think there were a few things that made Scream 4 kind of cringe. Like if you watch the bonus features on the original Scream, when Henry Winkler is dying, Wes Craven has a line, and excuse me, Wes Craven has a line in the commentary where he says, death should never be funny, and I think he forgot his own rule. And in Scream 4, I feel like there was a few things that if it didn't happen, I think it would have been a much better film. And it's little things, but
do you think in 4 they were trying to evolve and change everything, change the rules because it was past the trilogy? So I think that would have been a different concept.
other than the Drew Barrymore opening scene in the first one, I think Scream 4 had the best scene. No, not opening. The best scene of any of them.
With
and
Olivia.
it's when they're across the street
watching Shaun of the
and
Dead.
the girl getting killed and he throws her out of the window and then pulls her back in and blood is like everywhere. Like that scene sticks out in my brain. When I think of Scream, I think of the Drew Barrymore scene and I think of that scene.
Well, the Drew Barrymore opening is
the Olivia scene. She has her guts out where they find her like she's all.
I mean, you got to remember Drew Barrymore at the time was
the biggest
huge
star.
Like, she was in everything, and they killed her off in the first 10 minutes of the movie. And everybody was just like, "What? Like, holy crap!"
A lot of people compare it to Psycho, where they Jamie Lee Curtis's mom. I can't remember. Janet Leigh. Where they killed her off really early.
Thing. She was a big star at the time.
Kevin Williamson, when he made Scream, had it envisioned for it to be a big star. He just couldn't believe it was going to be Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
And I think just that.
Well, wasn't it Drew Barrymore's idea to put her in the put herself in the beginning?
Right. Yeah, and I think a lot of it also had to do with her filming schedule.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She just couldn't commit to a full film.
But I
couldn't imagine her in Neve Campbell's role though. Like,
no,
I don't think she could have did that role.
No way.
And
not even a little bit.
I think people these days, I think, take Scream for granted. They just forget how revolutionary.
Well, you got to understand the slasher genre was dead.
Yeah, it was completely. Yeah, he revitalized it in '96.
And I was a huge. I mean, I grew up in the '80s, so that was like my genre was '80s slashers.
Yep.
And the genre was dead. Like there was nothing being put out.
Yep.
And then,
which is shocking because there was a lot of stuff that was going on.
And then I remember I was with my wife at the time and my buddy Rich and his wife, and we went and saw Scream, and I didn't really expect much of it. And after that opening scene, I looked at him and I was like, "Holy shit,
we're in for a ride!"
Like, wow, and that movie brought the genre back, and then after that, I mean, it was horror movie after horror movie.
But then everyone wanted to do a whodunit.
Yeah,
everyone wanted to make a whodunit.
And I think that people forget just how amazing it was because now we're so desensitized with Saw and all those grotesque
all the torture gore.
But
I can't stand the torture gore. Like Hostel, I can't do it. Like
it's
not
I
like
like those movies.
Well, I don't like watching killing just for killing. I like for a reason.
Like Saw, like the first Saw was
motive.
amazing with him coming off the floor,
Yeah, that was great.
but Scream, like we have to remember that not only did they kill the biggest star in the first 15 minutes, but like it's legitimately terrifying.
Yeah,
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
And the whole twist with the two killers and the voice changer.
Right.
Spoiler alert.
Well, I think it's been
Well,
what,
if you haven't seen Scream now,
25
come on.
years.
Let's get with
But
it.
I mean, so we've just met, but my top three, the top four: Jurassic Park, Jaws, Scream, Birdcage. And everyone says Birdcage is so out of the
Birdcage
but
actually really
it's a
fun.
great movie. But Scream was just, it was amazing. And when I saw Scream 4, I was really happy overall. But here's what I would have done a little different. When the cop gets stabbed in the head, you know, the first cop gets stabbed in the back and he's dead immediately, which is fine. It could have hit the heart, whatever. I didn't have a problem with the guy fighting and trying to struggle.
Anderson.
Yeah. I didn't have a problem with that at all because it's realistic. You don't necessarily just die. But the Bruce Willis line, it was just like, it wasn't needed.
Right, and that's literally what happened to the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. Like the first movie was so amazing.
Yeah. Well, the
and
second one,
literally every movie after that was awful.
I don't know. I love 3.
Because
3 is my favorite.
Everybody loves 3. I don't know
3.
why. It's fucking terrible.
But
Is that the one with the puppet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to prime time, bitch. Like,
Well,
because it's so meta.
it's because
meta.
Freddy Krueger was terrifying in the first one.
Yeah.
And became a comedian from 2 on. And I liked the scary Freddy as opposed to funny Freddy.
Yeah.
And I tried watching those movies again a few months ago. I was like, all right, I'm gonna start with 1 and go through them all.
Yeah, I did.
And
a little
I
while ago.
couldn't get past 4.
Well,
I
4
was
is
like-
terrible.
I
4 and 5 is
I
just
thought
awful.
New Nightmare was really good.
Yeah, actually the one where it was like real life. Yeah, Heather Langenkamp.
New Nightmare.
Yeah, that one was actually good.
I think that was really
But
good. I think
the
they
rest
made
of them
concept,
were
they made 'em
so
really scary.
bad.
And then Wes
man.
Craven was in it.
Yeah.
Right. And they were so bad. And I was just talking to my son yesterday about the slasher movies, you know, Friday the 13th and Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street. Like, I think as a whole franchise, the Friday the 13th pretty much stayed true to the slasher genre.
Yeah.
It's basically Jason
It's the same
killing
story
campers
every
movie.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what we want to see. Like,
Right.
I want to see, if I'm going to see Jason Voorhees,
I want him
I want to see him
kill some
slicing
peppers.
people up. Okay. I don't care about the story. And that's all I want to see.
So what do you think about the 2011 remake?
Actually, I thought it was really good.
I
It was
love
really
2009.
Was
good.
it, oh, the 9th
Yeah,
or
it
the
was
11th?
2009. Yeah.
You know what I thought about that?
I loved it.
I thought the tits were stupendous.
Oh, they took
Oh.
and that's what they did. They took all the movies and made it into like one movie.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
cool. You know, I thought they did a great job.
Yeah, me too.
But if you think the Halloween franchise, after the second one, the Jamie Lee Curtis one,
Yeah.
after the second one,
Oh.
again, they brought in the little girl and she became possessed
See,
by Michael
I
Myers
didn't
and all
mind-
this crap.
I didn't mind 4.
I like 4 and 5.
And I'm like,
5. I just think the
6
end.
was 6 was
I think at the end
but the
of 5.
thing is like, you don't need a story.
No.
No.
I want to watch Michael Myers cutting people's faces
Yeah.
off. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I want to see.
Yeah.
And the same thing with the Nightmare on Elm Street. They got funny and they started bringing all these like dream warriors and all
Yeah.
this shit to fight them. And like, come on, I want to see
Well-
Freddy Krueger with his fingernails slicing people's guts out. You know?
And you know, and then like with Scream, like Scream 4, like there was that line. There was the dude's getting stabbed. He goes, oh, I'm gay. If it helps, it's like.
Right.
It just wasn't needed.
Just
And
dumb
then,
one-liners that aren't needed.
like those things right there, take those out, and I like it.
Right.
I mean, it's not that I didn't love, but those didn't need to happen. And then the end, it was just like, where you're in a hospital, where is everybody?
Right.
Like that, you couldn't have done something that had that gave a reason why everyone was gone.
Right.
But you know, overall, like I think Scream 4 might. It's kind of a toss up. Scream 2, I think, was good.
Yeah, Scream 2.
Scream
2 had a lot of stars in it. Like
Yeah.
at the time, you know.
Mickey was what's his name? I can't think from Crazies. And...
Oh.
Oh, it was Josh Duhamel.
No.
Crazies?
Yeah.
He was in.
It's not Justin.
Oh, it's not Josh Duhamel. I get the guy, him and Josh Duhamel
I
mixed
can't
up
think
all
of
the
his
time.
name.
I'll pull it. I can't think of his name either. I can't believe.
But I watched Justin Mel in a movie last night. Like drinking. Or no, was it Buddy Games? Have you guys seen that movie, Buddy Games? Josh Duhamel. This is his first directorial debut.
Timothy
Oliphant.
Timothy Oliphant. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get him and Josh Duhamel mixed up all
Leaf
the time.
Shriver.
Yeah, I love Lee Shriver.
Yeah. That
I
had,
like him in Ray Donovan.
wasn't Portia de Rossi in that, and Hayden Panettiere, right?
No,
in that one, or is she third?
She was a 4.
Oh, she was a 4?
Yeah.
4 only.
And then the one that played the boyfriend of the ex-boyfriend of Emma Roberts. I can't remember his name, but Nico something. He's in World Beyond Walking Dead now.
Okay.
But no, I think that
we're still talking about the second one.
Oh, that was the fourth one.
Yeah.
But like the second one, like having Billy's mom.
Yeah. Sarah Michelle Gellar was in the second.
Yep. Yeah. She died in I know.
Omega Beta Zeta.
Omega Beta
She did that at core. She was in The Grudge. She was in.
Well, yeah. I think
Buffy.
I know
she was
she
in
did last summer.
Buffy. She was in I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yep. This was
which
around
I just
that time.
revisited those a few months
They're
ago.
They're awful.
Did not hold up.
Did you watch the?
I Know What You Did Last.
Did you? I don't remember if it was 3 or 4. Like it was terrible. Where it happened in the middle. Oh, it's bad.
What are you talking about?
I Know What You Did Last summer.
They made a
third one.
Yeah, the third one. That's the one where they went to the camp, right? Where they got a trip to an island.
That's the second one. The third one, they're at an amusement park.
Who's
in the middle of the United States. There's no bay. There's nobody. Actually, no. There is somebody in there. I just can't think of her name. It's one female. She's actually known, but before she's past her time. But it was.
I Know What You Did Last summer.
Was that It was the middle of nowhere near a bay, nowhere. Like this is a fisherman in the middle of nowhere. Like, what are you doing?
Well, the second one had Brandy.
Yes.
And God, what's the? Is that Mackay?
Mackay
Pfeiffer.
Mackay Pfeiffer.
Yeah. And
Jack Black was in that one.
Yeah, Jack. He's the pothead in that.
It was the Jamaican pothead.
But it was okay. But Sarah Michelle Gellar, or not Sarah. I'm sorry, Jennifer Love Hewitt. I was in love.
I still have, dude. I've had a crush on her since she was 12 years old.
She had the best boobies ever in 1998.
Yeah.
God, I think she kicked me into puberty.
See, I watched her since she was a kid on the Disney Channel.
Yeah. Well, she was on Party of Five also.
Yeah, but Kids Incorporated she was in.
Yeah. Like they want to live and everybody wants to love. Like they want to
she's on. You ever watch that 911 show?
Yeah, she's on that.
I haven't seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
And then Ghost Whisperer show. I'm just.
But this is the first Scream that is not gonna have Wes Craven.
Yeah.
But
which is why I'm curious if they're gonna bring back Hayden, because he originally wanted to bring her back for the.
I'm trying. I haven't seen anything, but maybe they're keeping it a secret.
Well, yeah, they probably are. Like Marvel does that too. Like even with the listings.
Someone asked me the other day, would you, if you could pick, would you rather be the lead in a Jurassic Park film, or would you rather be the killer in Scream?
Killer.
As much as I love Jurassic Park, I would love to be a killer in Scream.
Absolutely.
I
want to be a killer in any movie.
And that's the other thing about Scream. It brought another iconic killer. I mean, you got
Ghostface
5 and
oh yeah.
I have the voice changer.
Oh really?
I've had 3 because I keep losing them or breaking them.
I still have the costume somewhere.
Yeah, I have a couple masks, but I told him I really want to do a Scream short.
Yeah.
Like it would just. Because I'm never gonna be a Scream killer because I don't even know how to do an audition. But I've recreated some of the lines and stuff, and I think it would be a whole.
Have you watched the new? Not new. The fan made Friday the 13th.
Oh yeah.
Never Hike Alone, and what's the other one?
I watched the fan made Scream. There's a couple really good ones.
I saw.
There's a couple really good ones and some bad ones too. But
there's one on YouTube. It's
I want to do it.
I think it's Ghostface versus somebody. I can't remember. It's fan made. If they had a better camera, it would look good. But their camera was garbage.
Oh, I so badly want to, because the first one. It was. If you notice, like a lot of those old slasher flicks introduced a lot of really famous people. Kevin Bacon
Oh yeah,
was in
Oh, yeah.
Friday the 13th.
that's where everybody got their start.
Wait.
Jennifer Aniston was in Leprechaun.
Yep.
Yep.
Johnny Depp was in.
Tom Hanks
Nightmare on Elm
was
Street.
in. George Clooney
The
was
neighbor-
in Return to Horror High.
The Neighbors movie, the Burbs.
Oh, The Burbs.
That was Tom Hanks.
Yeah, that was Tom Hanks.
Yeah, well, he said Tom Hanks.
Well, no, he was in.
That was a horror movie?
No, he was in
I
a
don't
movie called. What the
I've
hell
seen
was the movie called? I can't remember.
But
Don't get old.
Scream,
I used to be able to just like bang, bang, bang. Now I can't
Scream,
remember
Scream.
anything.
Yeah, but also the movies are getting a lot. There's a lot more movies now than there was.
Yeah, true.
Scream didn't really
When you're,
introduce anybody, did they?
Scream introduced anybody? Well, Matthew Lillard.
But he was in Hackers and SLC
Well,
Punk.
Yeah, but those were the same character.
Yeah.
Well, it was Skeet Ulrich, but he vanished right after. Scream
Yeah.
one,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, he did.
Well, so
Well, because everyone thought he was just Johnny Depp, like
Yeah, I know. Right? He's
So-
the poor man's Johnny Depp.
Matthew Lillard's Scream character.
He knows you're alone. That's Tom Hanks.
Matthew
Oh.
Lillard's Scream character really molded my personality as a kid. Not the psycho killer portion of it, but that hyper, like,
Right.
that was in 4th grade, 5th grade. That was me. And my movie knowledge is like, everyone always used to say I'm a combination of Randy and Stu.
Was that one of Jamie Kennedy's first roles too?
Yeah, well, he did Romeo and Juliet in '96 also.
Same year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. I was just watching before I came here. I was watching a documentary on Netflix called "The Last Blockbuster,"
Yep. Actually, I was gonna watch that.
and
Or-
Jamie
too.
Kennedy got his start as the Blockbuster Entertainment Crew,
What?
and they were like 4 people. That the other person that was famous that was in it is Jim Gaffigan, and he's got his start there too.
Wow.
And they were like 4 guys, and they would go visit Blockbusters and put on promotions and all this shit. And Jamie Kennedy was like, I made like $99,000 that year, and
Wow.
it sprung me into all these other acting gigs after that.
Oh wow.
And
He
you know,
looks
then
terrible.
he became the Scream guy.
He got old.
Well, it's not. So I saw him.
It's not like he was doing action movies.
I saw him. He's in the Tremors movies now.
And
They're terrible.
exactly.
The first 2 Tremors movies, amazing.
Right.
The second one was straight to DVD or VHS, and it's considered the best straight to DVD, straight to VHS movie of all time because it was really good.
Yeah, what's bad about it is it's in the Blu-ray age, and it went straight to VHS.
There's a problem.
Well, no, I'm talking about Tremors 2 though,
Yeah.
1996.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
But no, so the first 2 are amazing. The third one was okay, but it's mostly nostalgia. Like the Ass Blasters, I thought was a stupid idea.
Right.
But fourth one was where they went back like to the Old West. That was all right. But 5, 6, awful. 7 was better.
Wait, there was this many Tremors movies?
Oh,
yeah.
man.
5 and
There's a
6
million.
were horrendous. 7 was better than those, but still not good.
Right.
But they actually Kevin Bacon shot a trailer or not a trailer.
Oh yeah,
a
Kevin
pilot-
Bacon in Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I wasn't listening.
He did a pilot for a Tremors show, and they didn't pick it up.
Well,
And it's
well,
like
yeah.
I'm on one of the Tremors pages on Facebook.
Nah, we're gonna make Tremors 12.
Yeah, well,
Instead.
everyone on Facebook. I mean, guys, spoilers. If you haven't seen Tremors 7 and you want to, I'm about to say a
You
spoiler
don't.
in 3, 2, 1. So at the end, Bert dies.
No!
Damn it!
Bert, and everyone's like, "Oh, I hope he's not dead." I'm like, "Listen, I hope he's dead because it was a beautiful send off. He's 73 years old.
Right.
If they're gonna make more Tremors movies, what I would like to see is it done right. If you're gonna do it, do a reboot where you have a good budget. If you're gonna bring back people, bring back Kevin Bacon and bring back the original cast like they do with a lot of the movies where
Where
they
they eliminate
yes
2 through
1
8
and 2
start
are
again.
fine.
That's what they did with Halloween.
Everything after 2,
Which I'm not opposed to. Like that.
Me either.
ignore everything after 2.
The Halloween franchise.
I
was
cannot
awesome.
wait for Halloween to come out. Cannot wait.
The new
for-
one?
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's my
Halloween
favorite.
The last one was
Of all
good.
time. My favorite.
Halloween 1 is my favorite
Yeah.
horror movie all
It's a
time.
Mine too.
Just because
Well, that and Psycho for me.
the way
Yeah.
it was made, the way they did things, like it's just so good.
Oh yeah.
And
Well, that's how we
music-
make movies now.
The music made everything.
yeah, for sure.
If you watch those scenes without music, it's
Not
just
good.
a picture of a house,
Right.
You know.
Yeah, it's
Jamie Lee Curtis was the scream queen.
Well, if you want to watch Halloween without the music, watch Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Oh God, I didn't.
And that'll tell you how bad.
I didn't. I mean,
The
I
Halloween
hate
movie
Rob
is.
Zombie so much.
I
dude.
don't hate Rob Zombie.
so
I
much.
I like House
a lot
of
of his
1,000
stuff,
Corpses.
and I don't
I like his
other-
music videos.
Right.
That's it.
I like his music too.
Yeah.
Well, some of it.
I just
He's
saw him at
horrible
concert
live,
a couple
though.
years ago.
Really?
Dude, you know what? I've heard so many people say that. I saw him 2 years ago at Rockville. Fucking amazing. Like, his show was awesome.
Well, the show itself seems like it would be fun, but if you listen,
It sounded good. Like, it was
if you watch on
really
If
good.
you watch on YouTube, he's like, "There I am, the thing into the knuckle crack of 21." He's so out of
See, he
breath.
wasn't like that, man. Like, I've heard that from many people saying
might have
how
been
bad
sick.
he was live, and I saw him and my son too, and we were like, dude, that was a great show. Like, he was awesome.
I think also that when you're live, it just sounds better.
Yeah.
Because like I saw Guns N' Roses with the original, most of the original, like Slash and everything in 2016, and
I saw them with Metallica in 1990.
oh man, so you saw them.
And I saw them
You saw them when
in
they were-
1988 with Soundgarden.
I was
Oh,
born
wow.
in 88.
Yeah. That Metallica show was
Wow, you were born
amazing.
'88.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in Orlando Citrus Bowl. Metallica.
Well,
it was
I think
Metallica,
that's where
Guns
I
N'
was,
Roses, and
Citrus
Faith
Bowl,
No
too.
More.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
when I saw, I'm gonna tell you,
That was a great show.
Axl sounded
Oh,
amazing.
dude, Axl
He still
Rose
sounds
back
good.
in the day was.
Oh, I would have
incredible.
I would have loved.
He
to hear
would do
back
that.
then.
He would do this. They did two things. Like, they would play all their songs, and then Slash would come out and he would play The Godfather on his guitar, the Godfather theme, and then Axl would come out and he would do this a cappella. I don't know how he did this, but it was his voice would literally shake as he's singing these high notes. It was the most incredible thing I've ever heard. And he would do that each show, and he would do this 30-second a cappella thing, and it blew you away. Now his voice is not good.
Well,
Something happened to him over the years, and he can't sing anymore.
There's two Axl Roses right now. There's Mickey Mouse Axl Rose,
Right.
and then there's when he's really trying.
Right.
And you can tell, like, when I saw him, because people were saying in like 2012 to 2014 he was really bad.
Yeah.
And then 2016 when we saw him, he went through a stretch of about 2 years where he was amazing.
Right.
And I think it really just depends.
he was
on-
lip syncing.
It really just depends, I think, because on if he wants to really be good or not.
Right.
Because
And that's the thing with him, man. Like that, I feel like we got ripped off of so much good music because they were all junkies and couldn't get the shit
Oh, yeah.
together and
Oh, yeah.
hated each other. And it's a shame because Appetite for Destruction
Yeah.
and Use Your Illusion, those were freaking epic albums. And it's a shame that happened to them and they just kind of failed.
well,
Music in general was fueled by drugs and alcohol in
I'm
the
just
70s and 80s.
happy that I saw them at their, like, they were
I
at
would
the
have
peak
loved
of their
to-
careers.
Oh yeah, I
And
would
they
have
were
loved that too.
I would give
so
anything
good.
to have heard Axl on his
So
prime.
good.
But I'm gonna tell you, he sounded phenomenal that night.
Really?
And the only thing that's like I saw there was one in 2006 he did rock and AM rock. I don't know if it's AM or AM, but anyway, it's rock AM ring or some
No idea.
crap like that.
What,
It doesn't
what
matter.
is it? A show? A movie? What?
It's a concert. That's what it's called. But he did the best live Welcome to the Jungle I've ever heard him do. And he looked like, and this is 2006, he had cornrows in his hair, but he
Yeah.
looked like he was in great shape.
Right.
And he did this at the beginning. He goes, "You know where the you are?" And he went, or no, he goes, "You know where the you are?" And 52 seconds straight, one breath.
The guy was incredible.
And then when he hits
Amazing
the
voice.
like the original, the original way they did the song, it was like "You're gonna die," but then later years they added a like an extra drum beat in it, so it's longer. And in this one, he hit the entire thing. I'll show you guys after.
And that was the other thing. You said he was in great shape. Like when I saw them live
back then.
Dude, all over the stage, just running laps and laps and laps. And he'd climb things, and he'd climb a thing over here, and then climb on this one, running upstairs. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, he was probably
and he didn't,
pounds,
and he didn't like.
Also,
he wasn't out of breath doing all this. Like he could still hit his notes, and they were incredible live. And Metallica, I mean, that was when the Black Album just came out when they toured together. And they were phenomenal too. I mean, that show, probably the best show I've been to in my life. I've been to a lot of concerts, and that one was definitely top 5. I mean, it was.
See, phenomenal. I haven't been to a concert since like 03, 04.
I love concerts.
Well, for me, when I listen to Welcome to the Jungle, I don't care about anything else. When he says that, you know where you are? You're in the jungle. You're gonna die. If he doesn't do it, that you're gonna die the whole way,
right?
I get angry.
Yeah.
I hate when he cuts, because I know at the beginning of the song he goes.
He wants closure. That's what you want. You want closure.
You go 30 seconds straight at the beginning of the song, huh? Like you're gonna die all the way.
Right.
But no, he was.
These guys can't hit their notes though, man. When they get older, I just saw the Cult.
Well, your vocal cords get tight. They don't get as loose as they used to.
Right. I just saw the Cult, the same show with Rob Zombie, and that guy was famous for those high notes, and he was like cutting his voice off, like he couldn't hit them.
Look at Mariah Carey.
Dude, just stop touring.
Yeah.
Have you heard Mariah Carey? Like, she can't do any of those notes anymore. Like, not even.
It's like there's got to be a point where it's like, all right, just stop. You're like ruining your
legacy.
But
Paradise City was last. And they had this massive fireworks show at it, and Slash doing the song. I mean, it was. I mean, I haven't been to as many concerts as you, but hands down, the best concert I've ever been to. Disturbed was really good too. I saw Disturbed I was 18, at Janus Landing, and they walked like right in front of me. And I was like, oh shit, it's Disturbed. Right. But they were really good. I really wanted to see Tom Petty, and I had a chance to in like 08. He was coming to town, but I worked at a restaurant at the time, so winter was slow season. I didn't have extra money, and it was in like November, and it was $150, and I just couldn't afford it, so I didn't get to go, and now I'll never get to go.
Right.
And I was raised on Pat Benatar, like my mom.
When Chester died, I had tickets to the Linkin Park reunion.
Dude, you want to know? So I had waited for the Prodigy to tour in the United States. They always toured in Europe. And I was like huge Prodigy fan. And they were on my bucket list to see.
Yeah.
So they're coming to Rockville. The Rob Zombie show. They're coming to Rockville. So I'm like, holy shit, I'm going to get to see them. Buy tickets. Take my kid. 2 weeks before the show, Keith Flint kills himself, and Prodigy is not coming to the show, and they replace him with the Crystal Method, which was cool. But I was so jacked to see them, because I had been wanting to see them for like 20 years, and they just never come here. And finally, I'm like, dude, you couldn't wait like 3 weeks.
That's
not to be insensitive.
But
like,
still,
come on.
Like I've never seen Linkin Park live. And I hear
I saw them there. They were really good.
I hear they're amazing live.
They were really good.
That's sad, man.
Best live bands I've seen, Slipknot. They always put on an amazing show. They put a fantastic show on.
I want to see them. So
I've seen them probably 5 times.
That's my.
They're
next
an awesome
one.
show.
That's my next one.
I saw Blink, man.
I saw System of a Down. I saw System of a Down 19 years ago. Yeah, it's probably about 18 years ago, and they were phenomenal. Never came back. I would see them every time they came. Never came back.
Green Day was my favorite. Probably Green Day was my favorite show.
Rise Against.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
I love Rise Against.
Rise Against is so good. I've seen them probably 6 or 7 times.
I've seen them many
times.
They
are so good. They're such great performers, and all their songs are great. Like every album, every song is so good.
Slipknot is definitely
underrated. Slipknot's fun. They put on a really
I want to see them really bad. But I was raised with my mom like on Pat Benatar, so
Oh, yeah.
I love Pat Benatar. And in 2009, I think it was, she was playing after a Rays game. So all you got to do is go buy a $20 ticket to see the game. So I was like, hell yeah. but I had just started working for this one wrestling company in Orlando, and they were giving me a push, like where they were featuring me. And it was the first company that really featured me, and I tried calling out, and he's like, oh, blah, 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 give me a guilt trip, so I didn't get to go.
That sucks.
But Slipknot, I really want to see. And then there was one concert that it was like $10, and I really, really regret not going. And it was Fogerty, like CCR.
Oh.
John
Fogerty.
Yeah, and ZZ Top. And it was $10, and I didn't
Right.
go. I'm like, oh, why? Why didn't I go take 10 minutes down the road from my house? Because I love Bad Moon Rising and
Right.
Put Me in Coach, and I love Tush, Sharp Dressed Man.
Mhm.
I mean, my dad raised me on that stuff, but I would say Slipknot, and I would love to see System.
Yeah,
Love
so,
System.
dude, I want to see System again, but I don't know what they're doing, but they don't make music anymore, and they don't tour, and it's like, and then they'll pop up like, hey, we're playing in Chicago for one day only, like, why don't you guys tour? You'll make a fortune.
I was watching.
Tours are expensive.
They were awesome. I saw them at USF, and it was like $20 or something.
Yeah.
It was right when Toxicity came out.
Well, like I said, we gotta.
And
You gotta
they were
think how
crazy.
That was my 8th grade.
The guy that plays guitar, he's like
Darren?
psycho. Like there's something
Darren.
wrong with that guy.
Yeah. He's messed
So
up.
they're playing, and he dove into the crowd, and he's crowd surfing while he's playing guitar. It was insane. It was insane.
Yeah, so
They sounded great too.
I was watching a documentary a few months ago of Shannon Hoon from Blind Melon.
Yeah, Blind Melon.
Because everyone knows No
The
Rain.
Ring.
Yeah.
No Ring. That was
whatever.
probably like their worst song, right?
Yeah, like
but it was the most push song
Right.
too.
it was, but I didn't. There's a documentary.
video was so weird,
documentary just came out. I didn't realize like this dude. Okay, now keep in mind, guys, like this is 1990 to 1995.
Right.
This dude recorded everything. I mean, for not having the capabilities that we have today, cell phones, he has like 150 hours
Wow.
of. So they did an 1.5-hour documentary of him filming just everything.
Right.
And like I remember watching a documentary on him in 2001 and just being like really sad because it's such a sad story.
Oh yeah.
But this one really hit me because like when I was a kid looking at him, like this is some old dude. But he was 20, like now I'm 33, so he was 28 and he was just a kid, man.
Yeah.
And
all these guys, Lane Staley,
yeah.
Kurt Cobain, I mean,
And
they all died.
the last footage that he filmed was he set his camera up in his hotel room and filmed him talking to his girlfriend, and his girlfriend and the baby were on the tour bus with him. He was doing good, he was staying clean. They flew home and they went to LA, and he scored in LA and did coke from LA to Texas, from Texas to New Orleans. The footage there was him on the phone with his girlfriend in the hotel in New Orleans. They said he left for a couple hours and went. They don't know what he did, where he went. But he came back, went to sleep in his bunk, and then never woke up. He had a heart attack from cocaine.
That's crazy.
And
it's like all those grunge guys were just junkies, but they were so talented, man. Like their lyrics and
his voice was amazing.
Yeah. And the only one left is Eddie Vedder, right? Like, is there any of those grunge guys left? I wasn't a big Pearl Jam fan. I liked Alice in Chains was my favorite.
I love Wood.
They were so good, man. Like,
yeah, you do.
yeah, Dirt. When Dirt came out, I had that thing on repeat.
I think everyone had a grunge phase, though. I think everyone had a grunge phase with the clothing wise.
But Blind Melon, there was the song Soup. I love that song, and it's like there's so many songs. I mean, I like No Rain, but like all the other stuff is not going to be. It's not radio,
right?
You know?
It's not radio.
But if you haven't heard Soup, it's so freaking good.
See, I think after Nirvana and Kurt died, I think I went to my hip hop phase. I went straight to my hip hop phase. But I went, I think, straight to Fugees. Like right from there, like I bought the score and that was it. That was all hip hop, Tupac, Biggie, like from there.
Well, after I watched that documentary, I was like on a documentary kick. I watched a lot from Janis Joplin.
You watch Lifetime too?
Television Foreman.
Yeah.
Well, John Stamos and Lori Loughlin are in like everything. But no. So I was like on a documentary kick. So I watched some Janis Joplin stuff, and what a freaking amazing woman. She was just and there was a few weird things about her overdose, but because they said that she took it, went to go get cigarettes, came back, but the amount that she took should have killed her immediately. So they're like,
Right.
but what they think she did was instead of pop it in her vein, she did it like in the skin, under the skin, so it takes a while to kick. So the dealer she gets stuff from, has a chemist as a friend who would test all of the stuff that he got to see how strong it was, to see how much he needed to cut it. And which, I mean, if you're, for as far as drug dealers go, that's a pretty good, safe way to be doing things, but checking it out. But his chemist friend was out of town, so instead of losing out on the money, he just sold it. And I guess that normal I know nothing about heroin.
Potent, I guess.
But normal heroin, I guess, is like 1% to 2% pure or something like that. And the stuff that killed her was 40% pure, and it killed like 13 people. And it's just sad, man. Like, people get into this stuff, and I mean, drugs are responsible for some amazing things.
Oh my God! Think of all the people all the talent that has killed over the years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What
John Belushi,
Chris Farley. Oh God, I love Farley.
I mean, it's crazy.
What do you think? What was the most tragic star loss for you guys in your lives? Because like I don't know them, so I feel like
Keith Flint of the Prodigy.
Mm-hmm.
Robin Williams. I just, to this day, like Robin Williams.
That was heartbreaking, especially once you found out like everything that was going on with him, the Lewy body dementia,
and I think Chester was up there too.
Mm.
Chester was
him
up
and
there.
Cornell, like right a couple months apart.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think
they were all tied to Jeffrey Epstein, weren't they?
Conspiracy theories.
One of the first deaths that I remember that really made me sad. I was young. Was Farley.
Yeah.
Because I was only 9 or 10 maybe, and it was just. I mean, it was like Tommy Boy was 95 and he died in 97. So that short period of time, he went from doing really good to just horrible.
He was a mess.
I met his brother. He does stand-up still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I met him, and he's good. He just reminds me of his brother.
Yeah,
like
I've seen him. It looks.
Yeah.
It was funny. I was watching Howard Stern a couple weeks ago, and David Spade was on, and so David Spade told a story that when they were at Saturday Night Live,
the Playboy
model, yeah. So David Spade was dating a Playboy centerfold at the time.
Really?
Yeah.
And, dude. I saw Dave. I went to Vegas.
We're talking about David Spade here.
Yeah, I went to Vegas and saw U2 in concert and in Vegas, and we're sitting in the Hard Rock eating dinner, and David Spade walks in. You should see the girl he was with. Like, he's like really short and real goofy, and this girl was like 6 foot blonde, like totally out of a Playboy magazine. Like, it was incredible. So anyway, David Spade was dating a centerfold at the time, and so Chris Farley, they walk into the meeting, and Chris Farley's like, "Hey, David, did you look at your desk?" And he's like, "Yeah, I was just sitting there. What are you talking about?" He's like, "No, go look in your desk. Go look in your office or your desk." So David Spade, like, "What the fuck?" So he walks over and he goes in his room, in his office, and the Playboy centerfold of David Spade's wife or girlfriend is open on his desk. And Farley
I heard about this.
Farley jizzed all over the thing. And David Spade was like, "What the fuck, man?"
And his impression of him was hilarious. He's like, hey, David.
I know.
Don't tell, please. My name is Matt Foley. I am 35 years old, and I live in a van down by the river. And you might be asking yourselves, kids, Matt, how can I get back on the right track? Oh man, Farley. There was
Farley was the best.
So many things.
Turn the camera a little bit.
Which way?
You hit it. To me. There you go. Not too much. There you go. Okay.
So, there were so many things in the works for Farley when he died. I mean, Farley was supposed to be Shrek.
And the Sucks' last movie was Wagons Yeast. Like, probably.
No, that's Candy, wasn't it?
No, that was Farley and the guy from Friends.
No, yeah, but no. You're thinking of Almost Heroes.
Yes, that's the name of
Almost
it.
Heroes?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
okay.
with the eagle. The
Movie was
greatest,
so
I
bad.
forgot about
the
that. movie.
greatest overacted scene of all time is the eagle. He has to get the egg of an eagle, otherwise he's gonna die. And he climbs this massive tree, and there's 3 eagles' eggs. And he looks around, goes to grab the egg. Gah! And oh my god, it was the greatest. I actually really like that movie,
Yeah.
but he was supposed to be Shrek,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't have been.
I mean, but imagine.
It wouldn't have been as good.
It would have been different.
But
Yeah.
not because of Farley. Like they said, he was really good, but the story itself was kind of.
Yeah. Well, they changed it all around from Mike Myers.
Yeah. Well, Mike Myers did the whole movie, and then decided after it was done that he didn't like it and wanted to do it with Scottish accent. So they paid $20 million to redo it.
Jeez.
But
Sounds like him.
Yep.
But he wanted to do. They were gonna do Matt Foley, a Matt Foley movie. They were gonna do Shrek. There was a couple other things in the works too.
Well, just with all these people that just imagine the work that is not getting done because of
Sure.
these tragic deaths. Like
Mhm.
even like there's stuff in the pipeline, but tragically, like we're never gonna hear these people again. Robin
right.
Williams, like I said, Robin Williams probably helped me in comedy altogether. Like
Yeah.
I everything I write in comedy is not based on him, but it's
Inspired,
motivated,
yeah.
inspired from his comedic talents from way back in Mork and Mindy. Like
Right.
just from the beginning. Like I mean, drugs is just
Well, just like I said, like my number 4 is Birdcage.
Yeah.
And when you look at the type of movies I like, Jurassic Park, Jaws, Scream, Birdcage, it doesn't fit.
Right.
But it's such a fucking great movie.
Yeah.
Like Nathan Lane and Robin Williams together, Hank Azaria.
Yep.
Oh my god. Agador Sparty. No, I'm gonna look like I can't say that word. He goes, what are you giving him? What are Pirin tablets? It's aspirin with the A and the S scraped off. Brilliant idea. I know. But no, so I've shown that movie to 100 people.
I love that
And
movie.
everybody loves that movie.
Yeah,
And
it's great.
there's what the director did was he would make them do 1 or 2 takes his way through the script, and then he would let them improvise. And so much of it was
I'm sure 80% of the movie.
Oh yeah, there was a scene. There was a
Well,
part.
Robin
where-
Williams is a
improv king.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's like
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't. There's no one can touch him in
can't.
improv.
You can't wrangle that guy.
Nope.
Well, there was a scene where Hank Azaria, the guy who played the son, I don't know his name, and Robin Williams are in the kitchen, and Robin Williams slips and falls like legitimately, and they keep going, and he gets up and he's like, no, we're fine. God damn you! Put the down. God damn you! God. And everyone's like making these weird faces because they're trying not to laugh. And Robin
Right.
Williams is definitely breaking, but they left it in the movie. And then he goes to walk out, and Hank Azaria's got shrimp, and he goes, "Fuck the shrimp."
Did you ever see Robin Williams on like a talk show? Like it was just
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
like the Robin Williams
Oh, yeah.
hour, and he would just like go crazy for like a segment. And
Did
then
you
go to a
watch
commercial.
the Inside the Actor Studio with Robin Williams?
I don't think I saw
Is
that.
that with the guy with
Yeah, James Lipton.
Yeah.
He just died, didn't he?
A great show. Yeah, he just died
Yeah.
not too long ago.
But that episode was amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a great show.
he's
I don't think I saw the one with him.
I just watched something with Robin Williams last night where he was on Sesame Street. He's talking to Elmo, and he's talking about how a stick can be anything you want it to be. It can be a hockey stick, and he's showing all these things with your imagination. And he goes, well, here, Elmo, I'm going to give it to you. And then Elmo goes, thanks, Mr. Will. Or no, wait, what? Thanks, Mr. Robbins. And he goes, Mr. Robbins? Give me the stick back, Elmo. And he walks off. And then the guy playing Elmo's got him sit on a brick wall, and Elmo just goes, and he starts like collapsing onto himself behind the thing, and then his little eyes stick up and look around. He goes, I only had one line. Oh man, Robin Williams he was one of a kind, man.
Yeah.
The genie.
oh yeah. His talents will never be matched
No.
by anybody.
No.
Like his like broad spectrum of his talents, like from drama,
Oh,
comedy,
mhm.
like
Good Will Hunting.
oh man.
Like, you
She's
cry
just
at that
fart
part.
in bed.
You cry in
Yeah.
freaking Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's just like
I mean, I know Patch Adams kind of got mixed reviews, but I thought he was really good in Patch
Yeah.
Adams too.
Yeah, Jack, the movie Jack, where he's
Oh yeah, yeah,
reversed. Well, he's doing basically Benjamin Button.
yeah. Well, he's aging really.
Oh yeah,
really
yeah.
quickly. Yeah.
But
And the pudding in the pudding pop.
Huh.
But I mean, yeah, Birdcage is definitely my favorite movie with him. But then
there's just so many.
I love Hook.
Oh, yeah.
I know
Oh, yeah.
Spielberg was a little unhappy with it, but you want to talk about that's one of the best.
Spielberg's unhappy with every movie he makes.
Yeah. the set pieces in Hook was amazing.
Yeah.
It's just, and he was Fern Gully Batty.
Hmm.
Fern Gully had a star-studded cast too, because
well, that was one of the first cartoon casts that actually had like big names, and that was before Aladdin, before all that stuff.
Well, Tim Curry
Yeah.
played Hexus.
Yeah.
Tim Curry's another one. I love Tim Curry.
Well, this was before like any artist or animated studio thought that having big name talent was going to help their movies, and that was one of the first.
Mhm.
Fern Gully was like, oh, let's put this recognizable voice in there and see how it sells. Boom!
Well,
And now every movie, Aladdin has the Robin Williams and like all these names getting cast.
Tim Curry is one of my favorite. Clue.
Oh yeah,
He's
Clue's great.
amazing
It.
in Clue.
It
Clue. It. He
Rocky
did
Horror.
Frankenfurter. I was actually.
I was in that show.
I was Frankenfurter for Halloween in 2012 after my bodybuilding show, just completely shredded out with abs and veins, and everyone's like, look at me, I'm like, yeah, that's me. But he was in Annie, Muppets on Treasure Island, Home Alone 2, Fern Gully. What else was he in?
So much.
I think
so much.
Clue is probably my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, I love Clue.
No. I don't know.
Love
It was
Clue.
probably for me and him.
You know, the original It, I think Pennywise.
Yeah.
He was amazing.
Yeah,
but the
rest of the
acting
movie
in it was
sucks.
just
Well,
really
It was
cringeworthy.
bad.
Yeah, like everyone talks about how good it is. I don't think it was a good movie, except for Tim Curry.
But you gotta think about the time too. Like if you were,
And it was a TV.
And it was made for TV.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
yeah,
This one was rated R and raw, and they could do
and
stuff.
the technology now
I
with
think
the,
so.
the
I think
current.
Skarsgård did a really good
Oh.
job.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Amazing.
oh yeah.
And Bill Hader.
Bill Hader. Yep.
Hader did.
I love
He
Bill
was a
Hader.
perfect version of that
Right.
kid.
Yeah.
I think he's like one of the most comedic best of our time right now. Bill Hader has such range
Mhm.
that he can play many. He does voices. He does all these different characters, and just in his mind, and then he just portrays them very well.
What movies are you guys most looking forward to that are coming up?
Oh, Halloween! Halloween still.
When's that coming out this year?
October.
Yeah, but I know.
Yeah, I was looking for Halloween, the new Saw, the new Candyman.
Oh,
All the
Yeah, all
remakes.
the
They're
kids.
doing
I
a lot
want to
of
see.
remakes
I
now.
really want to see the new because I watched the original Candyman once when I was like 8. So I want to. I haven't watched it again because the night that I go see it, I want to go to a later movie and I want to watch the original before and then go see that one. But Jurassic Park Dominion or Jurassic World Dominion was supposed to be out this year, but because of COVID, they pushed it back a year.
Yeah.
So that's a real bummer. But
And the superhero movies, Black Widow, Morbius.
See, I think all the delays
Those
in
look
Black
good.
Widow kind of
It
like.
sucks, man.
I
It
just.
just sucks.
well, we got
But I don't know if that's a telling of how the quality of it, or is it just because they're
Nah,
just
they
just
wanna-
expanding the
They're
story?
afraid they're not going to make money. I'm like, dude, release it on Disney like you did Mulan and charge $20 to watch it, and people will watch it.
Yeah.
They will watch it.
if you post it, they will come.
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
I think that I mean Scream 5 and Jurassic World are the ones I'm looking forward to most next year. But King Kong vs Godzilla, I'm pretty
Yeah,
pumped.
that's cool.
So when the first one,
I haven't seen any of the Godzillas, like
Well,
the newer ones,
when the
No, me neither.
2014,
but Skull Island was
it's amazing,
awesome. Like that was a
amazing.
great
Yeah.
King Kong movie.
So I was excited, super excited for Godzilla, and it wasn't bad, but I was let down.
Mhm.
I think I got my hopes up too high. The second one, I didn't have my hopes up. They were entertaining, but
Yeah.
I was disappointed.
I'm more King Kong
And
than
I didn't really
Godzilla.
go into King Kong expecting anything.
Oh, I didn't
and
expect
it
much
was
either.
amazing.
It was so good.
So good. So I think this will be good. I hope with these two. But Skull Island had John Goodman.
Oh,
It
they had a
had
great
Samuel L.
cast.
Jackson.
Samuel
You know,
Jackson,
it had a great
or,
cast.
Brie Larson.
Yeah, Brie Larson.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous. It had I can't remember his name, but he was in Walking Dead. He played the black gentleman who was with John Goodman, his assistant. And then there was, I can't remember this guy's name, but if you've seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine, the captain, his partner, his love partner, was in Skull Island as well. But yeah, Skull Island was amazing.
See, monster movies, I'm just like,
Honestly, I'm a big monster. Like Jaws, is my favorite, but like Lake Placid.
Yeah.
I mean, Lake Placid is one of those good bad movies,
Right.
but it's really good. Deep Blue Sea is another one. Anaconda is the reason I have an Anaconda. Sorry.
It wasn't J-Lo's ass.
Oh, goodness gracious.
That's what they should have named the movie. People would have watched it.
Her Anaconda does. John Voight with the absolutely horrendous. It sounded like he was trying to do a Scarface accent that was terrible, and Scarface is a horrible Cuban accent.
Right.
I mean,
Well,
and
it's an
that's
Italian doing a Cuban accent.
that's blasphemy. I know. I love Scarface. I love his accent, but it doesn't sound like a Cuban at all. But
Say hello to my little friend.
but then John Voight's like, Anacondas. He always had these. And then you got oh god, what's her name? Carrie Word. Oh my goodness gracious, that woman back then was just. I will admit, I looked up some nude pictures of her, and they are stupendous.
Probably fake.
No, they're real, and if they're fake, I don't care. I'll pretend. But yeah, I mean, like I love Tremors. Anything Godzilla, King Kong, shark movies that aren't Jaws. I thought The Shallows was really entertaining.
Yeah, The Shallows was good.
I think that's probably.
I like the Meg.
Okay, so
I like it. I was obviously mindless entertainment, but I thought it was cool.
We had a debate early on the channel. Like, we had a debate about marriage.
Yeah. Here's why I didn't like it. Because I love movies like that.
Mm-hmm.
I read the books. That's why I didn't like it. Because the first 2 books were amazing. The third book was like that action blockbuster sequel, but it was really good. 4 was okay. 5 I didn't like. 6 I didn't like. But the first 3 books are just so. I mean, yes, there are some ridiculous things. Like in the book, he drives the sub into the Meg's mouth, and he gets out of the sub into the stomach acid, and he takes a Meg tooth and stabs the heart. So it's ridiculous, also. But the depth that the characters had, like Jonas. When I heard that Statham was getting cast, I was like, So
he's a ticket seller, though.
Jonas Taylor in I would have liked to see someone similar to Andrew Lincoln. Someone who can be not him, but like that. Someone who has the range to be a badass, to show pain, because that character is tortured. And I saw Mac. He was played by the guy who was in Fear the Walking Dead. I don't remember his name. He was in Doctor. Have you seen Doctor Sleep? He was the friend in Doctor Sleep that helped him get clean. Kind of Indian, dark skin. I don't.
Oh yeah, I don't know his name.
I can't remember his name, but he was in the Meg. But his character was I saw him. Mac was his name, and so that character I saw more as a Bradley Cooper type, like rugged, handsome, but kind of tortured,
right?
And I would have loved the movie if I didn't read the book. And
well, stop reading then.
I know, like I was going through a real tough time in 2016, and my aunt suggested, "Why don't you start reading? I love reading." So it was like
I just don't have the time.
Well, it was like midnight on a Sunday, and I had to work the next day, and I was like trying to look up books. I went books like Jaws, and Meg popped up. So I started reading it at midnight on Sunday, and I put it down finished at 7:00 in the morning. And I ended up, if I had to go to work, I would get the audiobooks. So and the audiobooks, even after I've read the book, I listen to the audiobook after, because they're especially the second movie or the second one, there's a character, Benedict Singer, who he's I think Italian or something, and then there's Celeste, and she is Russian. Do you know anything about WWE at all?
Not really.
So there's this woman named Lana, and when I heard the description of Celeste, I'm going to show you a picture. This is 100% what, and she's Russian, or her character's Russian in WWE. But I have
Is she anymore though?
no, now she's not.
Yeah.
Because she is really Russian, but she's from Florida.
Yeah. She loves.
But I'm trying to find her old. Oh God, she's gorgeous.
Yeah,
Oh,
she is.
I'm trying to find. All right, so here. So when they describe Celeste, blonde, hair in a ball, business suit but with cleavage, and Russian. That's Celeste.
Mhm.
Like that's, and you know, but yeah, the novels. I mean, if you like to read, get the novels of the Meg. Especially now that you've seen the movie, you already enjoy it. You know, I tell people don't read the book first, but yeah, the books were great.
47 meters down. That was another good.
Yeah,
one.
I was
That was a
really
badass movie.
impressed
I
with that as
I was
well.
surprised with that one.
Mhm. Second one,
Yeah, the second
terrible.
one was.
But
down
I think The Shallows was probably, besides Jaws, I mean, like Deep Blue Sea is one of those fun bad
Campy,
movies.
Yeah.
But I think The Shallows, I mean, it's a little ridiculous. But at least they tried
Right.
to make it like the reason it's sticking around is the whale, and it's, you know, but
Isn't Deep Blue Sea the one with the LL?
yeah,
Okay.
deepest, bluest. My hat is like a shark fin.
I love LL.
Oh yeah, that had a good cast too. Samuel Jackson's in that one.
He's
too.
in
What
everything.
isn't- Why would you say what isn't Samuel L. Jackson?
God, Jurassic Park. Well, I'm trying to remember what's the guy's name. The main guy. He's in a lot of stuff too. So if you've watched The Mist,
Yeah.
the remake, I gotta see if I can pull up his name. So The Mist had
Like the show?
What's that?
The show?
No, the movie
The movie?
from 2007.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
one with the heart-wrenching ending.
Yes.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean,
Yeah,
Thomas Jane.
yeah.
So
I'm
there
not
were
a fan of his.
really.
I don't like.
I
him.
don't. I mean,
There's something about that guy I don't like. Like I watched that show Hung that he was in.
Mhm.
well, I think he's one-dimensional.
Didn't like it. I just watched a movie. God damn, what was the name of that movie? And that movie was really good, but he was like just terrible in it,
There were
and it almost like ruined the movie.
there were 4 actors in The Mist that were in Walking Dead because the director of The Mist was the first director of Walking Dead before they fired him.
Well, if you the tone is exactly the same.
Mhm.
Exactly the same.
Yeah.
See that? So that's how I know like these characters are so one-dimensional that they have to cast people in that exact same role.
So here I'm looking at it right now. So this is The Mist. From The Mist that's in Walking Dead is Jeffrey DeMunn,
Yeah.
who played Dale. Melissa McBride, who plays Carol. Andrea, Laurie Holden, who plays Andrea in Walking Dead. And there was one more. Juan Gabriel, who plays Morales or something. But the director, because he did The Mist, he hired all those people for that. He wanted Thomas Jane as Rick Grimes.
Yeah.
So there was almost, but Thomas Jane actually turned it down. And anyway,
I just like I said, I just think he's very one-dimensional. I don't think he's got any range.
no, I like him a lot though.
I don't know.
But what was I gonna say? Andrew Lincoln regrets now leaving Walking Dead, and I think there was so much potential with him and Negan, the actor, Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah,
he's amazing. He's great, but I'm a big Walking Dead fan. I mean, I know a lot of people didn't like season 7. I didn't have as much of a problem with it because they were developing storylines, and season 8 wasn't as well written, but I thought there was a lot of action. But 9 and 10 were really good. But they did some because they couldn't, with COVID, they couldn't do a full season this year, so they're doing like 5 or 6 episodes, and the first 3 have been boring as hell. But they had Robert Patrick from Terminator 2,
Yeah.
T-1000. They had him last Sunday. But
Well, yeah, I don't know. But guys, that's it for this week.
oh wow,
It is about that time. Thank you for listening and watching us.
thanks guys.
Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell. Once again, joined by Chris Lato, Reaper Films, and Nick Bella.
Thicker Constrictor.
Yeah. If you like snakes, you can go to his page, Instagram and YouTube page.
Yeah, learn how to properly feed a boa.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Where's the kitty?
Yeah.
Hey, kitty.
Yeah, you love that kitty.
I do love that.
Anyway,
Google Tampa Bay Screams and come on out this weekend.
Yeah, come
Should
out.
be fun.
Have a good time.
March 19th and 20th.
Don't forget your
19th and
mask.
20th. Yep.
It'll
5
be
o'clock
actually the
Friday and 11 o'clock on Saturday.
19th and 20th. Make sure you be there.
I'll be there.
I'll be there. I'm going to try to get some footage for next week's show.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
We'll all be hanging out, so come up and say hi. If you want to see my anaconda, just ask. I have a bunch of pictures of her.
He's talking about a snake.
Yep.
All right.